Boom! Hello and welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining. If you're a new subscriber, welcome. If you haven't subscribed yet, click that subscribe button, click the like button, and click the notifications so you know when I'm uploading more content. Let's jump right into it. As you can see from the title, this one is called No Excuses Genetics. The reason I'm doing this post is because I did a post on another social media platform, and I simply posted a video stating that you can't say that you have bad genetics for building muscle, burning fat, or whatever, because exercise will work for just about anyone. Now, I'm not talking about anybody that has a diagnosed condition, disease, or an illness. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about people who have the ability to work out, have the ability to exercise, and have the ability to do some resistance training. Do not use genetics as an excuse. This post on that platform was one of my highest performing posts, and it got the most feedback that I've ever received on a social media post. So I wanted to delve into it a little bit deeper here on my channel. I'm going to drop that video right now that I did on the other platform so you can have some context and you can see what everybody got so riled up about. So here we go right here. I'm going to play the video right now for you.
I can't put on muscle. I got bad genetics. You don't have bad genetics. You have a bad diet, bad work ethic, bad training, and bad recovery, and bad self-talk. Get to the gym.
All right, as you can see, that's the video. And that one got, let's see, that video got 19,700 likes and 416 comments. And it also got 134,000 views. So it was one of my most controversial videos on this app. And let's delve into it. Let's jump right into it. Let's get into the comments that people were saying about the genetics post. Again, my thesis was that do not use bad genetics as an excuse for a bunch of reasons. The main reason being is you don't want to talk negative about yourself. That's the main reason. And the other reason is you don't know how good your genetics can be, and you don't know how good your genetics are until you try, until you lift weights, until you work out, until you exercise. Most people never have pushed the limit, so they don't know what their genetics can do. So don't say that you have a bad anything. Don't say you're too short, too tall, or anything until you try. Let's jump into those comments. All right, so the first comment here says, top level athletes have 1 in a million genetics. That lets them recover faster. If I work out every day, I'm going to get hurt. So the reason he wrote this is because one of the things I said in my video was that top level athletes don't concern themselves with overtraining. And what I meant by that is they have a really high workload. They're working out a lot. They're exercising a lot, doing strength training, playing a lot of games. And most of those guys continue to do their activities. Now, they do have the best of everything. They have physical therapists, they have great diets, and they have great workout programs. But the point I'm making is your body can do more than you think it can. So to answer this here, top level athletes have 1 in a million genetics. Let's not let that underscore the amount of work that they have to do to get to that level to begin with. I think a lot of times we will look at a professional athlete and assume that they're superhuman. And don't get me wrong, they're great at what they do. And a lot of them do have great abilities. However, they are human. And don't ever think that they didn't just work really hard to get there. Nobody got to a professional level of a sport without working hard. And you may not ever get to be a professional athlete, and that might not even be your goal. However, you can become the best version of yourself. By the end of this year, you can lose some weight. You can build some muscle. You can build bone density. You can make your heart healthier. You can change your outlook on life. You can do all that stuff for yourself. You don't have to be a top level athlete to try and be the best version of yourself. Let's jump into another comment here. The other one thing here is says, sleeping is difficult when you have school. Sleeping is difficult all the time. We have a stressful work life these days. We're in the middle of a pandemic still, and it's very hard to sometimes get a handle on sleep. I struggle with sleep. And if you're in school, it makes it even more difficult. So let me go over a couple of quick things you can do to tackle the sleep element here. So creating a sleep routine, creating good sleep hygiene, getting to bed the same time every night, turning off the technology. We're all guilty of it. I've taken my phone to bed with me all the time because you want to read the last thing before you go to sleep, and then you put it down and you want to pick it up in the morning. We're all guilty of that. So cutting off the technology, maybe an hour or two before you go to sleep. Give your mind and your eyes a break and trying to get your body into that mode of winding down. Trying some supplementation for sleep. Try things to help you relax. Magnesium, melatonin, those kind of things. Check with your doctor first before you take any supplements. But do the research and check on things that may be able to help you. And also look into your nutrition and make sure you're not lacking in any nutrients. That may also be able to help you sleep. We'll delve into sleep deeper in another episode. Let's go into another comment. Now we have, let's see, I overtrained once and I got injured. Don't listen to him. So he's saying don't listen to me because he got injured. So if you get injured working out, whether you're a weekend warrior, whether you're just an average Joe in the gym, or even if you're a college athlete, high school athlete, or a top level athlete, if you're getting injured, that doesn't mean that you overdid it or you overtrained. It means you got injured. An injury could happen from a multitude of things. It could be your technique. It could be your training methodology. It could be your coaching. You know, it could be a myriad of things. It could be your sleep. There could be a lot of things and a lot of reasons why you got injured. Now, overtraining could be the reason, but it more than likely isn't. Let's delve into another comment. Comparing athletes to non-athletes isn't a good practice. Well, I think it's a very good practice because we're all human beings. We're all human beings, and we're all capable of working hard. We're all capable of putting in the work. We're all capable of doing that. So never sell yourself short. This person here who wrote this comment, comparing athletes to non-athletes isn't good. I think it's very good. Why not try to reach the pinnacle of whatever you're doing in your life? Whatever it is. I don't care if you're 50 years old like me, 60, 70, 20, whatever your situation is, try to be the best at whatever it is you're doing. So if you can only curl a 5-pound dumbbell, do the best curl you can with that 5-pound dumbbell. Let's move on to another comment. So let's check it out here. Rest is when you grow. That was a positive comment there. And he's correct. Rest is when you grow. Rest is when your body recovers and recuperates. Rest and relaxation is very important. And that's another thing that can help stave off injuries. Let's move on. Let's see. Okay, this one here is interesting. It says, but an athlete's body is trained to do that. Our bodies aren't. So again, this goes back into one of those deep-rooted beliefs that there are some humans that are better than others. And I just don't believe that. I believe that anybody can accomplish anything within reason. Now, is a 90-year-old man that's never played basketball going to make it to the NBA? Probably not. But can that same 90-year-old man maybe become better at shooting a jump shot or dribbling the basketball? Can he become better is the question. So this person's telling me not to compare average people to an athlete. And I challenge you to change your mindset on that and remember that they're no better than you are. Let's move this up here. I had 3 stress fractures this year, so I think I overtrained. So this person is saying that they've had injuries, so they overtrained. Just because you had an injury, that doesn't mean you overtrained. It means you had an injury. Okay, it might be your training method. It might be your coaching. It might be bad form, but it doesn't mean that you overtrained. I want to bring you to a really quick analogy here. Out here in Southern California, when you drive down the freeway, certain areas here going down towards Ventura rather, you see people working in these farms where they're bent over picking celery, picking lettuce, spinach, vegetables, and they're doing that all day, picking vegetables. They probably work 6, 7 days a week, bent over. Their lower backs are probably really strong because that's a workout. The reason I bring that up is they don't have the option of thinking that they're overtraining. A roofer who's working on a roof all day, what is he going to do? Stop doing his work because he thinks he overtrained? No, he's going to keep working. Someone who's doing landscaping in this heat, landscaping is hard work. And they go and they go and they go day after day, day after day, month after month, year after year. They continue to do the work. Don't make excuses not to get the job done, not to do the work, especially when you're talking about your health and your well-being. Put the effort in. Let's jump into another comment here. Let's get into a couple more here. This person here says one of the issues is that you're not getting enough rest. And like I said before, that's definitely one of the big factors. You got to make sure you balance out your workouts with proper rest. Very important. Let's scroll down here. Let's see. Okay, here's one here. Battery's running low on my phone, unfortunately, but here's one here. Yes, overtraining does exist for beginners, intermediate lifters, but pros are riding the fine line and require PT and a lot of recovery. So what he's saying is that beginners have this, they're going to be more exposed to overtraining. And that's another fallacy. That's another fallacy. You know, when I was younger, we used to play basketball all day, every day. We'd go to the park in the morning, go home, take a rest, and go back out to the park and play again from 4 o'clock to 10 o'clock at night. And we did that every day. We did that every day. No excuses to not be the best that you can be. Let's do one more comment here. Okay, here's one that popped up a lot. It said, I think it's because top level athletes are enhanced. So what he's bringing up is that professional athletes are taking performance enhancing drugs, and that's why they're able to do a higher workload. So let's delve into this just a little bit. First of all, that has nothing to do with how hard you work and what you can do in the amount of work you're willing to put in. So let's be very clear on that. That's the first thing that people bring up about professional athletes. If you mention what they can do, is they go right into performance enhancing drugs. They're still doing a lot of work. They're still putting a lot of work in. Do those performance enhancing substances make a difference? Absolutely. If they didn't, nobody would use them. But don't be tricked and fooled in your head to thinking that you can't do the amount of work that it takes to be the best person that you can be. So we're going to get ready to wrap this up here. Hope you enjoyed this little talk and hope you enjoyed this discussion. Throw some comments down below and we can discuss this further. Your genetics are fine. You're not too short. You're not too tall. You're not too big. You're not too small. You're not too young. You're not too old. You can accomplish anything that you want regardless of the circumstances. Be the best that you can be. Subscribe, like, and hit that notifications button. Boom, boom, boom.